Alright, gang, looks like we are live here. Friday, November 7th. I was going to say something else. Friday, November 7th, 2025. And on this channel, what I like to do is I help people the most with their psychological hurdles when it comes to day trading. I have been doing this, I've been trading for about 3 years. As far as psychology, I went to school for psychology, linguistics, and computer science. And I have worked with 5,101 people to date. Um, there is nothing like it in the entire industry. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that right now. When I got out of school, I was quite. By the way, I think this is going to go down, make another leg down. But let's see how this goes. I think all this consolidation here is before another drop, but that doesn't always happen. That's just an opinion. Let's see how it goes. There was a trade on ES, S&P 500, but I'm going to hold off. Anyway, I'll get back to that. I see a setup that I like. So when I got out of school, I saw that uh, the American Psychological Association, they were showing that it takes on average 1 to 3 years to start seeing results. I call that extremely pathetic. Like, that is horrible, beyond horrible. For an end, and they say that traditional methods are 43% effective. It's terrible. You tell somebody that's having a really hard time, like we're talking worst of the worst, and people that seriously need help because they're thinking about quitting. Now, I don't know how I can say this on YouTube. I don't, want anything banned or anything, but you get the idea. They don't want to stick around. Let's put it that way. And you tell them that it's going to take 1 to 3 years to start seeing results. You tell them that even after the 1 to 3 years to start seeing results, there's only a 43% chance even when they stuck around that long. Heck no, man. Heck no. So I don't pretend to be perfect, and my methods are not perfect. But I will tell you this. I am darn proud that I am 83.3% effective after the 11 years I've been working with 5,101 people one-on-one. Nothing like it in the entire industry. It's not perfect, but what I have seen is that I've tried to take everything I can possibly find from people the ancients like Sigmund Freud, Carl Jung, Friedrich Nietzsche, more contemporaries like Dr. John DeMartini, Robert Dilts, Dr. Dobson, and more. And I'll never exhaust them all, but say, okay, I'll put these guys, put them on the chopping block, so to speak, and say, are these guys' techniques, are they gospel related? Because if they're not gospel related, they're not going to last the test of time. They're not going to always work. And I want it to always work. Every single time, regardless of race, regardless of gender, regardless of creed, regardless of age, regardless of ethnicity, regardless of when they were born, I want it to always work. So there are a lot of techniques that just, they don't. So I get them out. Toss them. Don't use them. But the ones that do work, oh yes, I use them. And then the ones that can be tweaked so that they are gospel related, I tweak them so that we can use them. And that's what I do. What I find is that most people get the results probably within about, that's a nice setup. It's not the one I always take on this channel, but it's a nice setup. The market's about to open up too. So probably about week 4 to 6, people achieve their first goal. And I'm not talking goal as in like what the American Psychological Association says is a good goal. No, I think that's also pathetic. They'll say somebody reaches their goal when when I or the therapist or counselor, psychologist, psychiatrist has given them a new tool. How in the world, if it's your goal, why is it based on what I give you? It should be based on whether or not you achieve it, is what I think. So I don't like that at all. So what I'm going to say is what I consider someone achieving their goal is they achieve it within the first 4 to 6 weeks is usually what happens, about 83.3%. Actually, it's a little less than that because most of my clients get their goal the first 4 to 6 weeks, their first goal. I have them set several. And then probably maybe about 50-60% achieve their first goal in about the first 4 to 6 weeks. And then maybe about another 15% achieve their second goal in the next 2 to 3 weeks. And overall, by the 12 weeks we're together, they usually reach at least their first goal. Some people, about 5 to 10%, achieve all 3 goals. But 83.3% achieve at least their first goal in 12 weeks. Phenomenal. So I don't pretend it's perfect because it's not. I'll probably never be satisfied until it is. But 83.3%, there is nothing like it in the entire industry. No way. So it's about achieving your goal, and that's what the success rate is based on. Whether or not you achieved what you set out to do in the time we're together. So when I work with people, I find that there are about 22, there we go. There are 22 common psychological hurdles that every day trader I've worked with or surveyed has gone through to achieve profitability. By the time they overcome the first 11, yeah, they're doing all right. They're doing all right. They're not winning all the time, but they're consistent, and they do have more green days than red days. But they're not always winning. And then by the time they overcome the first 22 psychological hurdles, crushing it. They're crushing it. So they do lose, but they rarely have a red day. They just win more often than they lose. Let me go ahead and set this up here for help with psychological hurdles. Go ahead and post this link for people who are interested. There we go. And let's see where this takes us. So that was a nice setup. This particular account, if you've been following along, I set it up on Monday. I gotta get better at not showing people my account numbers, but this one's just an evaluation account anyway. What I am doing is I'm taking this account all the way from the eval stage all the way to a funded account. So that's going to happen today. We've already hit the money goal on it for the evaluation period and for the testing period. And then on today, I just have to take one trade. And then after I take this one trade, it's going to as long as I don't lose over $100 or something by the end of the day. Take one more trade. I could just go in and out real quick and be done. But I like to follow my process, even on things like this. So you already hit the money target for the test to say that we're good enough traders to pass the test. Then we'll get a funded account. Then we'll start making some money next week. I still think the market's going down a little bit here. But anyway, this particular account is one of many. And next week, after we pass it today, because we have to trade a minimum of 5 days and pass a money requirement. So we've done that. And what we'll do is next week we'll keep trading it, and then we'll start making withdrawals with the money that we earn. Start putting it in our bank account after we make money in this trading account. I have several accounts going at the same time, so I like to play it with several accounts going at the same time, earn some money. I think I'm not taking a trade yet, but if you look at NQ on the right side here, what I think is going to happen is we have this big leg down, got some consolidation, and I think after the consolidation it's going to go down some more. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. I cannot and will not guarantee any financial results on this, which is why we're here, right? I can't guarantee any financial results on this, but what I can do, and I do, is if somebody is consistent with their rules and a probable strategy, and that part I can't guarantee. I can guarantee that you will be consistent. I can guarantee that you will be disciplined. I can guarantee that you'll follow it. Oh, yes. I can guarantee if you're willing, of course, I can show you the psychology. And that's my jam. That is my jam. And then from there, the rest will take care of itself. Ah, it'll take care of itself. What a nice setup, man. I'll tell you what. And you can make a very lucrative living. You can make a living doing this. It's very lucrative. So I can guarantee that somebody will have the discipline they want, and then the rest will fall in place. And that's how it always works. If you chase the money, you end up selling your soul. You end up sacrificing your values. You end up getting obsessed and giving up things that you really value and doing things you shouldn't do for the money. Even with trading, making trades you shouldn't trade. But if you have the discipline and the consistency and you got the psychology, the rest will take care of itself, man. Because you won't make those crazy decisions. You won't be looking at the computer and like thinking, okay, I've got my post-it notes on my computer. I am not going to do these things. I'm only going to take my trades, and then by the end of the day, you look at your trade log and you're like, what was I thinking? Why did I even take that trade? What was I thinking? Or you'll be like in the middle of a trade and it's up a little bit, and you're scared to let it go until you take profit because of all the times you've lost. That won't happen anymore. It won't happen anymore. Stick to it. So it did go down. It's not the entry I normally take. Oh, I probably should have taken it anyway, just so I could be done. A very probable trade. But we don't need much. We don't need much. There's that second leg. Pulling down. We're about there. We are about there. Yes, I have been tempted to just jump in because I thought it was going down, but it's alright. Wait for my trade. My favorite trade, there are lots of them that come up. I have probably about 6 strategies. You don't need that many. You don't have to have that many. With just one strategy, my favorite strategy, I can pull out thousands a day. So, does it always happen? No. Is it guaranteed to happen? No. But that's fine. When the strategy stops working, I have the mindset, I have the patterns, I have the psychology and the principles to know how to find the next pattern that does currently work. Just do it again. And then when it changes again, just do it again. Fine. I have the psychology, I have the patterns, have the discipline to find the next pattern, and I'll just do it again. Find the next one that works. Every time it changes, I'll find one that works, and that's fine because the market's going to evolve. It does evolve. I mean, you look at over past years, past months, depending on the season, it changes. It changes. And that's just how it goes. And that's fine. That's just how it rolls. I don't think any strategy is evergreen, but absolute principles sure are. And you follow those babies with your principles in psychology, your principles in how you trade. Game over. Game over. Nothing breaks absolute principles. I got a little bit of a lag on my computer here. Let's see. Not too bad. Where we roll. A lot of this game is just wait for the right setup, take it. If it wins, next. If it loses, next. If it doesn't show up, you wait. Nothing to it. Biggest part people get hung up on are those 22 psychological hurdles. Some of them deal with fear. Some of them deal with greed. Some of them deal with envy. Some of them deal with jealousy. Some of them deal with impatience. Some of them deal with discipline. Some of them deal with FOMO. Yeah, but just take care of all of them. So, it did what we were thinking it might do. Thinking that it would come down here, which it did. I mean, I wasn't thinking that part. I was just measuring that part. After it was consolidating, I thought, yep, we'll probably make at least another leg down. It's going to go down. Sure did. Now let's wait and see what happens next. Okay, so make another leg down here. Could be our trade setting up here. Let's see how this candle ends. Yippers. Oh, dang.
Order submitted. Order filled.
I don't like when that happens, but here's my stop. And that was it. I tried to get in right after that. So let's see, our take profit would be okay. That's a loser.
Stop filled.
All good. So that's that trade, and we had I didn't like the entry, but okay. Next, make sure I'm out on all of my positions, because sometimes the trade copier doesn't go the way I want it to go. Sometimes on the first trade it does not enter very well. Okay. That trade, good entry. Well, excuse me. Right. That was the correct setup, but I didn't get filled for a couple seconds after I pushed the button. I wanted to enter here. Stop would have been here. Okay. So now we wait for the next setup. That's how it goes. Usually, oh, usually this particular setup has one trade per hour. We don't even need to trade anymore. We've already passed the test. We needed to trade at least one time today. I could have just gotten in, gotten out, but I like to follow the strategy. We've already made, we've already hit the profit target. Yeah. It looks like we're going to be going up, perhaps. No, wait for the signal. I might even read while I'm, might even read or something while I'm waiting. I like to do that and study in the morning, read in the morning. Then I work out, and I have psychology clients that I take on in the afternoon. If you are interested with the psychological part, how to overcome the hurdles so that you'll win more often than you lose, because the money takes care of itself, the winning takes care of itself after somebody overcomes the psychology. Um, can't guarantee that you'll make any money, but it's a byproduct of what happens after you take care of what's between the ears. Sometimes I like to read while I'm waiting for a setup because it might be a bit. Sit and wait. That's the name of the game. There was a time where I would put a lot of size on my trades. And I was like, oh, I want to make the money back. I want to make the money back. Because we lost, what, like $62 on that trade from some accounts. And I was like, man, I want to make it back. I hate to lose. I hate to lose. Now it's just like you roll a way to die. And you're gonna lose some, but it's more probable that you're gonna win most of them. You have a strategy that wins more often than not, you just play it. Let the chips fall. But yeah, I would put more money on the trade, trying to win it back, trying to win even more, and then if it were against me, or half the time it wasn't even the right trade, it was just because I wanted to make it back. And it's like, okay, I think it's going up. But even if it was the right trade, I put too much money on it. And so I couldn't even handle the pullback because I put too much money on it, and it would take call my position. It would call my shares in because I had too much size on it trying to make the money back. Yep, just play with the right size and the right risk management, right probability, play it out over time, and it's just like, well, of course it's going to work. This particular strategy wins about 7 times out of 10. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Risk reward is about 1 to 1, sometimes bigger. Yeah. If you win 70% of the time and you risk as much as you win, that's a really good strategy, man. Play that out. Do the math as many times as you want. It works out real well. Will it always be that way? No. But that's alright. When it evolves and when it doesn't work anymore, when the market changes, it's alright. I know the principles to develop another strategy. Find what's currently working at that time. Do it again. Follow the strategy. Use absolute truths to find the strategy and to make sure I follow it with the psychology, and game over. The rest will take care of itself. Okay, clearly looking at the NQ, sometimes there are less candles on the NQ per time span, probably because it's more expensive and people don't buy it as much, but that's just a guess. But because the institution's got plenty of money. But we are consolidating right now in this area here. And let's see when we break out of that and when our pattern forms. And consolidating in this area makes it look like in the MNQ, it looks like about this right here. Just consolidating in this area, up, down, up, down, up, down. Sometimes that happens when somebody's gathering more shares. Almost every time it comes to a certain level, it's almost like they're gathering shares down, take more shares, down, take more shares, down, take more shares. And then they're going to take it to their price point. But they're not going to tip the hats and be like, hey, I'm the one gathering all the shares. Because the banks are in competition too. In this game, it's a zero-sum game. Although there could be another trade setup I might be interested in taking here. Nope, nothing yet. does come up. Let's see where my take profit would be. Okay. This shows up the way I like it. I might take it. Part of it's to be done. Part of it's because it's a good probability. Alright, we ready to roll here soon? Let's see. Let's see how this candle finishes up. Not quite what we're looking for. It's alright. Maybe we're gonna get this one if it finishes strong here. I like it.
Order filled.
I like it. Stop here. Profits. Pretty high, man. Pretty high. Good risk reward. What I don't like is it might take a while to get there. We'll let it play out. See how she goes. Now, when it gets to 25 points, so when it gets to 25,046.25, it'll move my stop up. So I at least lock in 20 points. Now, if it comes back and takes me out, I won't get back in because I don't need to keep trading this account. Normally, I might if it's a good setup, because I think the take profit is a pretty good one. But I don't even need to be taking this trade really, because we already passed. And what good does it do to keep trading an account that's just testing to see if you know how to trade? If you've already passed the test, you've already proven it, so you just move on. So this account was just a test account to see if we could make 1,500 bucks before we lose 1,500 bucks. We did that. We have to trade a minimum of 5 days to do it, so you can't just make it all in one day. So we made it all on Monday and Tuesday. And then I've just been making like 1-2 trades a day with it. Alright. Show some strength, baby. Looks like we got some news going on here. That's a really fast moving candle, man. So if I get taken out, I might actually trade again because it might be under the testing level. Because we already passed the account with how much money we needed to make. But if we lose this one, I think we have to trade again to pass it. So I probably shouldn't even take it.
Stop filled.
Okay, so we passed the dollar amount we needed to make, and now with those 2 losses, we're under the dollar amount. So I only need to get in and out real quick, but I like to follow my strategy, not just get in and out. Alright, so we do need to trade again, past the dollar amount. Let's see here. See what trades come up, and when they come up, and we will trade them when appropriate. It was the right setup, it just didn't work out. And it almost hit our take profit. Or it almost got to the point where I would have moved my stop up, I think. Let's see, got in about 21.25. Went up to, oh yeah, it almost went up enough to move my stop up. It went up 20 points. When it moves up 25 points, move my stop up. So I should have moved up to break even. Let's see what we get now. in the past, here's where I would have been like, oh good, I'm gonna double, triple, or double my contracts or use the contract on NQ to make it all back. Because we're down 157 for the day across the accounts. Then I would have done that. Not a good investment. Because then when you put more money on this one, it costs more. There's more to gain, more to lose. And if the probability doesn't work then, ooh, you could lose like 50% of your account or more. So I'll be trading it all my accounts on MNQ for now. Works out great. It's fine. Won't take long to make it back. I mean, if somebody sits here and watches this whole video, it could take like a couple hours, but it's part of the game. Set an alarm for when I need to be done for working out and helping my clients out. Oh, now here's a trade. Yeah, that's a trade.
Order filled.
Okay.
Stop filled.
Out. That's a loss. Like those, not much to lose on those. It's a really good risk to reward. So I'll take that any day, man. Any day. Alright, so it doesn't happen often. 3 losses in a row is pretty rare, but it is going to happen. Wonder what this news was back here, which the candle was bigger and it moved real fast. Let's see here. Could have been the news that flight cancellations started with the government shutdown. They're talking about canceling like 10% of all flights in the US right now. Trying to regulate flights because of how the government shut down and how many people are working right now, how many people aren't working right now, resources they have, that kind of thing. Resource allocation. Okay. Might get another setup here in the next 5-10 minutes. Nice strong trend down. Okay, let's see where we roll here. Okay, so I'm not looking for a trade to the downside anymore. I'm looking for a trade to the upside. I actually thought we'd get that over here. So I took a call or a long position. Call, long, going up, same thing. But now we'll be looking for a retrace and then perhaps a long. Long position going up. That's a nice one right there, man. That's a nice one. I almost want to take it, dude. Up to at least here. Pretty good risk to reward. How it would have played out here. Yep, that was a good one. Not always the one I take, but that was a good one. That was a good one to take on NQ, as a matter of fact, because the risk reward was pretty low, and it would have matched my criteria for how much money I put on the trade. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. Alright, let's sit and wait for the next one to come up here, and we'll take it. Oh shoot, we gotta make another non-mic like this after this consolidation. Dang. Let's see. Alright, let's see if we get something brewing here. I might actually go blow my nose and then come back. Read a bit while I'm waiting for my trade to set up. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll be right back. And I'll probably read when I'm waiting for another trade to set up. Okay, what'd I miss? Yeah. That does look
Or order filled.
got into contracts. I like to do that. Hmm. Contracts entered on that one.
Stop filled.
Okay. That's that one. Alright, folks. Waiting longer. This one might turn out. Okay. Nothing there.
Order filled.
Okay. Just one contract on that one because of how far it's gotta go. See? Okay.
Stop filled.
That's that trade. That's how it's supposed to work, folks. You win some, you lose some. Next. If it makes a really strong signal, I might actually take it farther. Well, I won't be.
Order filled.
Let's see what we do.
Stop filled.
We go down. That's what we do. Alright. Alright, we're waiting for the next setup. Oh yeah, that looks good. That looks real good to the downside, man. Hmm. Yeah. Nice.
Order
Looks
filled.
nice, man. Looks nice. See if we get it. Maybe not. Okay. Yeesh. Okay. That's how it works. Maybe not. Hmm. Okay. No, maybe. You sure are stuttering a lot, man.
Stop filled.
Okay, well, just wait. There we go. Nice. Okay. All right. That was that trade, and now we're waiting for a setup to take my next. Look at that.
Order filled.
Nice. Let's see where we go. All the way, maybe? We going? Up you go. That's nice. Good trade.
Stop filled.
Good trade. Alright, wait for the next setup. That's how it goes, man. Some are good, some are bad. Wait for your setup. I like the ones that are really, really, really high probabilities for NQ. This one, so like I said, I got about 6 that I take regularly. This one, as you saw, I took a short, thought it was going to go down. It was hesitating, so I got out like a couple points later. This one was a great reversal, so I took it back up to the 21. Thought it might actually keep going up, which is why I didn't get out at the 21, and I was wrong, but it went up. It's pretty high rate, man. It's like 90% that it goes up to at least to the 21, so I took it. And that's where we're sitting on the day. We're gonna stick around for another trade. I don't know. I don't think anybody wants to see me just wait. I do want to read and then get in my workout before I take on clients this afternoon. This candle here, this one here, is just, I mean, it looks like an inverted hammer, right? But it looks like it's just a fake because it was really going up. They wanted to get more shares before they took it down. More shares to sell at a higher price. It's crazy because when you look at the candlestick patterns, and you see like, oh, it's a hammer, it's going this direction. Well, if it's not at the right location, it's not going that direction. It's a fake out. So on NQ, normally I only take it when I believe the setup is a very high probability because there's more to lose. It's like $20 per point here. And if you saw the number, I think it was got in here at this mark. So 39, 20 to 57, so almost 400 bucks. Almost 400 bucks, like 350-ish. And if I would have lost that much, I probably would have been trading another couple days to pass this account. To pass the evaluation to show that I can make enough money and not lose it. So we are profitable by 47 bucks on the day. I don't need to trade this particular account. I have other accounts that I've been copying along the way. So usually I like to make almost 200 bucks per account that I trade. That's just a preference. That's not something you have to do, and I don't always do it. Sometimes it's like 300 per account, sometimes it's 100 per account. I don't always do it because I can't control that the supply is going to be there, that it's going to deliver every single day. It doesn't work that way. I can't control how much money is in the market. I can only control when I see the setups that I take it, and I only chose to take it because it's probable. Yeah, it's like a business. I mean, you don't close every sale that you try to sell to people. You don't. Not everybody wants your product. Some people do. Some people don't. Some people will buy. Some people won't. Some people want to buy, don't have the money for it. So same in trading. Sometimes it's a good setup. It's like the ideal customer, but they don't buy. Or sometimes it's not the ideal customer. I shouldn't be selling it. So I might be, yeah, I'm gonna call it for the day. I'm gonna call it. I want to be done. Gonna read, study, and then work out. And then I have some people I'm gonna help out with psychology, trading. A guy with his family later on who his son's getting into some stuff. Not sure about his sexual preference. Don't know if I should have said that on YouTube because of terms and conditions. But his son's not sure about his preferences. I'm not sure about who he is. Trying to fit in. Um, Trying to find himself. So we'll help him do that so he's comfortable in his decisions. I don't know anybody that likes to be uncomfortable with who they believe they are. So get that fixed, and then he'll decide for himself what's right. That's usually how it works. Take care of the psychology, and the rest falls into place, folks. And I know that's about other types of psychology, but in day trading, it's the same principle. You get those absolutes, those eternal laws figured out, and with the trading, and the rest will take care of itself. Always does. Always does. You can't guarantee money in this market, but you can guarantee with the psychology. If you want, you can go to the link and the help link that I posted in the comments. And when you get that part right, the rest takes care of itself. And your discipline is on point. Your consistency is on point. You don't even get tempted. You don't even get tempted for other stuff. Now, at first you will. At first you will. But then we keep working on it, and we keep fine-tuning it. We keep working with the amygdala and the dopamine response in your neurotransmitters. It's game over, man. Game over. Any market, you will evolve, and you will be consistent, and the money will take care of itself. All right. I will see y'all on Monday, and we'll have a funded account. I can't guarantee anything, but I can guarantee my consistency and my discipline, and the money will take care of itself, man. All right. See everybody on Monday. Have a great weekend.